Hello everybody, welcome to our Enshrouded survival guide. So we recently got our hands on some legendary runes, so I took some time to kind of see what they're all about, what they do, and well, that's what this guide is going to be all about, legendary runes. So first of all, how do we unlock these guys? Well, if we go to our little backpack here, we will see right here we have our legendary runes, and the cool thing about these guys is, well, I say cool, it's I guess it's more challenging. They're not easy to get. Mostly you have to get your hands on them by fighting some bosses, at least to unlock like the recipe. I did so by basically going through the gem forge quest, and then I had to fight like this banshee boss, and that happened to drop these legendary runes for me, which then unlocked the recipe. So if you haven't done that quest yet, I actually do have a guide on how to go about that, and I instruct you on how to kind of use the gem forge itself, what it's used for, all of that too. I will put a link in the description to that video. But basically, once you have the recipe unlocked, you can actually make legendary runes with the help of our blacksmith here, who is apparently just chilling in this hole. I don't know how he got here. Who knows? These NPCs are crazy when they're moving around. So, but anyway, we will see. We have here in his little crafting menu these legendary runes. So the requirements obviously are to have the blacksmith and make sure that he has a sheltered bed. And then to craft a legendary rune, which is, I guess, just one, it takes 25 normal runes. So the normal runes still matter in the game, and it's pretty expensive, but it makes sense because, you know, legendary are legendary. And if we look at the item info, legendary runes basically says they are imbued with an immense amount of magical energy. These rare and powerful artifacts are used to enhance legendary weapons, unlocking their full potential. Legendary runes become integral to their weapons once used and cannot be recovered. Choose wisely, for the power they bestow is both extraordinary and irreplaceable. So basically what this means is, you know, typically when you like enhance a weapon, you use runes to, you know, basically give a weapon like some more abilities, basically, and then when you scrap it or whatever, you get those runes back. That is not the case when you use them on a legendary weapon, and I have two here. You can tell by the, you know, the little orange background that these are legendary, and when you, if you were to scrap one of these, you would not get your legendary runes back in the process. So so that's kind of something to keep in mind. So once you've crafted enough legendary runes, you might be wondering, how are the, you know, how do you use these? And they are primarily used in enhancing equipment, and like I said, they are only available, you can only use them on legendary weapons. So I have the Fell Commander bow here, and we can see I have three options here to kind of, you know, boost this further. These three options do require legendary runes, and we can see it takes about 26 runes to make, you know, this, and you're also going to need obviously some normal runes as well. So we're going to basically just kind of go down the line, much like, you know, when enhancing other weapons with just like your normal runes, you do still have to unlock the ones before. You can't just be like, I'm going to jump right down here. You have to, you know, do vicious and precise, in this instance anyway, first, before you get to these other three options. So we're going to go ahead and just expend the runes to level up our legendary weapon here further, and we're going to be expending, again, normal runes and legendary runes in the process. So go ahead and get that. So we have +4 Shroud magic damage. And then on this one, Stamina Leech, we're going to basically steal stamina. And then the last one, this is going to increase our critical hit damage as well. So we have done that. This legendary weapon is fully upgraded as far as it can go. We also have our little gem in here too. So this weapon is pretty nice. We have all of these attributes now associated with it. And if I was to then salvage this, I would get some runes back, but I would not get my legendary runes back. And since it did take about like 26 legendary, obviously this is pretty expensive if you don't have a lot of these normal runes. So I guess if you haven't gotten to the habit of scrapping / salvaging, you know, weapons, or basically just kind of keeping your hands on those, you might want to start, because they have a greater purpose than just, you know, enhancing normal weapons. Now you're also going to need a lot of them to make these legendary runes, and then, you know, to then enhance your legendary weapons. So that is about the whole process there. Like I said, pretty expensive, but honestly worth it considering some of the attributes that you get. So that's about it. If you have any questions about legendary runes and all that, do let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep surviving and keep thriving.